Oh dear, it's been 2 months. We'll get it's been 2 fucking months. Oh dear. All right, lads. Hello there. Welcome back to another episode of the ShiteTalk podcast. I think I say this every time we start an episode, but this is probably a channel you probably forgot even existed. But we're back with a brand new rebrand of the channel. I don't know if you've taken time. Grievach in the background there has the new layout of the channel. We have a new channel banner. We've got new channel art. The podcast is officially back up and running. We'll see how long that lasts. To be honest, Grievach, mate, how are you doing, buddy? It's been a while since we've done one of these, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a while. We won't talk about how long it's been. It's been a considerable time between this one and the last one. Mm-hmm. But I'm good, mate. I'm good. We're living life. We're in that season of college exams and all the great cracks. So that's obviously brought along the seasonal depression. But other than that, it's been pretty good. It's been pretty decent.
Yeah. To be fair, we're back in college and we're flat out. That's probably one of the main reasons why I think it's fair to say we've been away. But on top of that, like we give out about this time of year being like busy and all that kind of stuff. I don't know about you, but like this video is coming out, or this podcast is coming out, hopefully on Halloween. It's currently the 29th of October, so we're leaving it nice and short. But I actually love this time of year in general. Like Halloween is sick, man. I think, in my opinion, I think it's really good, and I think autumn in general is one of my favorite times of the year because I think I like the whole back to college thing as well. To be fair. What do you think of Halloween, mate? Traditionally down the years, would you have always been a big fan of Halloween, or is it something that you kind of tend to not look forward to?
I'll be honest, right? I enjoyed Halloween when I was younger. I think everyone enjoys it when they're younger, and I don't mind. I don't have no problem with Halloween now. Like Halloween's all right, but like the thing about it is with me, like I just think like I don't do anything really for Halloween. Like I might go out, but that's it.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I like the concept of Halloween, but man, there's some aspects of Halloween which I hate. Like I've said this before, I'll say it again. I can't stand pumpkins. I smell like, do you know when you pumpkin carve, the smell of it like that?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Ever since that like video we did, like I think 2 or 3 Halloweens ago, I got a pumpkin on my head. Yeah. I'm scarred for life. Like I cannot go near a pumpkin. It's imprinted in me. I hate it so much. It stings, man. Like I can't do that. What else is there? Something else as well. We don't obviously get any trick or treaters, obviously, because like you know where I live, mate. You know the road I live down. Like when that's at night, you think anyone in their right mind is walking up and down that road. Basically, boys, if you were to see my road at night, it's like a freaking Halloween movie. Like it'd be like one of those ones where you expect Mike Myers to be at one end and Jason to be at the other, basically, and you're just fucked. There's no other way to put it. But answer your question, I have no problem with Halloween. It wouldn't be my favorite time of the year, right, but it's definitely not the worst either.
Yeah, fair. I actually, when you mentioned that pumpkin there, the Halloween video that we did, I was actually only watching that a few days ago, man. That was like one of the moments on the channel that was just like, oh my god, horrendous. Like, I actually feel so bad looking back on it now. Like at the time, I was like, oh, this is so fucking funny. And looking back now, I was like, oh, the poor bastard was in bits. Like he had to bring out the shampoo and everything, man. Like it's just.
I came prepared with my own shampoo, and I got a cold bottle of water as well. I just dumped it. Like it was desperation at that point. It's good though. It's a good video. I like it. It had to be done.
I suppose like a punishment's a punishment at the end of the day. I agree though. Pumpkins stink, man. I don't know what it is about them, but like the children were carving their pumpkins here a few days ago, and I was like, I just got that like a reminder of how bad the fucking smell, man. I was like, I'd actually forgotten how shit this thing, man.
It's no.
Bins. But like, I agree with you. I like Halloween. I like this time of year in general. Obviously don't really do too much for it anymore. The children in the house tend to kind of go trick or treating to the few houses that we have around here. But I remember back in the day, there is a neighborhood a couple of 100 yards down the road where I had a cousin living there and a couple of mates living down there as well. And we used to go trick-or-treating down that road. And it was kind of similar actually to your road at night, but there was a few houses like along that road, and it was actually really good. I think I prefer trick or treating there than I would in like say if you watch the Halloween movies, like the classic fucking like neighborhood American neighborhood type thing. Like it was actually really, really good crack to be fair, and there was a good bunch of us there that were doing it. And at night it gave us that like it was genuinely really fucking spooky to be fair. Back in the day, there was this old abandoned house as well where one of the parents used to literally, one of the fathers used to just hide in the fucking house and wait for us to walk by, and he just jump out and scare the absolute shit out of us, man. Like that's one very clear memory I have of that. But funny story, actually, I remember one Halloween, me and another fella basically got concussion because we were running away from the fucking, one of the fathers jumped out of the thing, and we both like turned to run in the same direction and clashed straight in the head. I'm pretty sure I broke his nose. Like, I'm not gonna lie, he was like gushing blood, and I had an awful pain in my head that night as well. But
I was like proper fight or flight syndrome. Like you straight up bang headbutt that guy, unintentionally obviously, but just bang out of the way, every man for himself.
And plus it was pitch black, so we'd no idea who or what we were after hitting as well. Like it was absolutely horrendous. Definitely a safety hazard. I think it's fair to say.
Definitely. But in the dark, just like, just crashing into boys.
Yeah. Oh, really, really bad. But I mentioned the Halloween movies there. Would you usually be a fan, would you say, of Halloween, or not Halloween, but like horror movies in general?
This is the thing, right? I like horror movies. I don't like gory horror movies. I think there's like a point where it's like, nah. Like I think there was one. I remember when I was younger, I watched. I'm not younger, but like young enough. I watched. Is it Jigsaw or something like that? And you're one. I can't remember what it was, but like she had like her rib cage or something, or maybe it was either rib cage one or the one where she has the thing on her jaw, and it just would just like, if she didn't get out of it, the thing just snaps like her whole jaw off, and it's like,
Jesus.
It was like, do you know what? I just like, I like getting scared. I like the whole like jump scare kind of thing. Like I like doing that kind of crack. I just can't get into the gory side of it. Do you know what I mean? Like I could watch someone getting stabbed or like shanked, but I could not watch someone with a chainsaw decapitate a person limb by limb or any of that mad kind of crack. Like, this thing is, like, there's some horror films that are so bad you can only find them on certain places. And like there's some horror films that most people don't even know exist, and they're so bad. Like people think they're good with horror films, but they've never seen like this kind of mad stuff. I could never go near that, and I know some people who could. I could not go near that. I wouldn't sleep for days after that. Like,
yeah, fuck man, Jesus.
What would you say, right? What would you say is the worst horror film you've ever watched?
Worst as in like scary, or worst as in just generally bad?
Let's say you, after watching this film, let's say had trouble sleeping. It was one of those ones where you'd be looking around over the shoulder after.
Well, to be honest, man, we've been going on a little bit of a spree of watching some of like the classic horror movies this year, because like previous to this year, I wouldn't have been like massive into watching horror movies. Like you, I like the idea of getting scared. Like that's why I love playing like horror games on the channel, and obviously you played Outlast as well and all that kind of stuff. I love that kind of crack, but I was never big into horror movies, but I liked the idea. So this year I kind of decided we got to actually start watching horror movies. So we watched the original Candyman. I know there's a new one out. Obviously I haven't seen the new one, but we watched kind of the three main Halloween movies. We watched like the 1978 one, the original, the 2018 one, and the most recent one that came out in the cinema only like last week or something. So we watched them ones. And then like I was on the search for like the scariest thing. I wanted to be like generally shook up, right? And I'll tell you, like, the Halloween movies did shake me up, and I'd probably say they are the scariest in my opinion, because I find an indestructible serial killer a lot scarier than like a ghost fucking something across the room. To be honest, yeah. So I'd say those ones are the ones that shook me up the most. In terms of like I was really disappointed, right? I was on the hunt for, as I said, the scariest Halloween or horror movies, and one that was suggested to me as being the scariest of all time is The Exorcist. I don't know if you've seen it. So, yeah, I was suggested to watch The Exorcist anyway. and I was told this: you will not sleep like for nights. And I was like, oh shit, okay, we'll give it a watch then. And I've never been so disappointed in my whole life. Now, here's the thing: like, I know it's old. Like, I know it's old. I know it was like late 70s, maybe early 80s that came out, but you know, the original Halloween came out in 1978, and that scared the shit out of me. So, I mean, like, I was expecting The Exorcist to be really like really scary and really fucked. Don't get me wrong, yeah, it was fucked, like, but it wasn't. It was just boring, to be quite honest, because like,
yeah,
they were like, oh, like it was like something interesting was about to happen, and then it just cuts away to like a talky scene. It's one of them.
A talky scene.
Yeah, pretty much, like just people talking shit that I don't care about. Like, you know what I mean?
Bun that off.
Exactly, but like, yeah, I'd say the Halloween movies are definitely, I think, my favorite and the scariest. But like, I had to throw The Exorcist in there because like it's just a big disappointment, to be honest with you. Like, really bad. All right, so basically for this episode, the main, I suppose, idea I had for it is to do an urban legends episode. So I went off and did a little bit of research and decided to keep it at Irish urban legends specifically. Do you know any off the top of your head that would strike you?
I don't know if this is one, but like obviously like the Banshee.
Yeah,
isn't that one? Or
that's it. So that's on my list.
yeah. So that's, and I remember like being younger hearing about that and like paranoid as fuck afterwards. I feel like there's definitely one or two I remember, but once we get talking to them, I'll remember them. I remember being younger, and there was like 2 or 3. The Banshee was definitely one of them. It recently came up like on TikTok or something like that, the film or something like that, and I was just like, wow, it's dead. But yeah, the Banshee definitely is one. It's probably the one that I'd say most people will know.
Yeah,
definitely. I feel like every mother has told their child about it at some point, like, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Like when I was looking up this list, like the one that people seem to talk about the most is the Banshee, as like the most famous one, quote unquote, and that is the one that I think I started off with on the little thing I made. Yeah, it is. So I'll read out the little snippet I have of the Banshee, and you can give us your thoughts. And as you say, like, you probably know most of this anyway, but there's a little bit of backstory to it here. And I suppose maybe when I finish reading it out, you can give us your thoughts, and maybe I don't know, like, these are urban legends for a reason. I'm not gonna turn to you and go, oh, Grievous, I think this is real, but you know,
let's go hunt the Banshee.
Yeah, let's go. Let's head into the bog and hunt the Banshee, shall we?
Yes.
Right, let's read it out then. Pictured typically as an old witch, a Banshee was considered to be a harbinger of death and doom. She is known in Ireland by many names: Hag of the Mist, Little Washerwoman, and Hag of the Black Head, among others. Wow.
Nice.
She was a fairy woman, a spirited linked to the realm of the dead. If you spotted her, you'd be praying for the safety of your family, because it was likely that one of them would soon be joining her. That's very nice.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's a long fucking spiel, but another thing that's down at the bottom here is if you hear the shriek of the Banshee, or if you hear, was it like 3 knocks on your door, someone near you in some regard will cease to exist very, very soon.
Jesus.
It's actually a bit fucked if you think about it. But first of all, right, because I have a little bit of a story about this, but I'll ask you first of all, do you have any stories that could be linked to the Banshee? Because I think I mentioned one on the podcast previously. But
yeah, I was going to say, I definitely remember you telling me a story. Now, again, if it was either on the podcast or if it was in person one of the days, I can't remember off the top of my head. But like, do you know what it is like when you hear something and then like within like the next 4 days, like you swear you hear something like that wailing thing, obviously the Banshee, like the wail and all that crack. Like I remember after hearing that, on God, I for a couple of days after, say a week, I don't actually remember, but like say a week after hearing that, I was in bed and I swear you hear like something, like it could be like a number of different things, like, you know, and you just assume it's a whale. Yeah. So like I remember hearing that at some point, but again, like that's child, like, you know, we have to sleep and this is like a dream or something like that, you know. So I'd say personally, I don't remember off the top of my head any experiences. I definitely have never heard the knock side of it. thankfully.
Yeah.
And no, I wouldn't say I have any like personal experiences with it.
Yeah. Well, I think I did. I can definitely relate to the like hearing things, and probably when you're a child, you know, you can probably, you know, kind of remember stuff like that, but like nothing too concrete. But the one that I think I mentioned on the podcast before was hearing the knocks at the door in like the middle of the night. I remember hearing that like a couple of years ago. Like I wasn't even a child. Like I was probably in my teens, and God, that makes me sound so fucking old, man. At this. Oh God, yeah, no, probably back then, and hearing like 3 knocks at the door, and I was like half awake, half asleep. So I was like, "What the fuck?" So I just kind of bundled off and went back to sleep. Lo and behold, like a week later, a woman down the road died.
Jesus.
Yeah, and now look, I think she was ill anyway. So a lot of people probably knew it was coming, but like at the same time, like
that fuck you up though.
Yeah,
that would fuck you up.
Yeah, the fact that those two events were like very close to each other as well, kind of shook me up a little bit. But who's to say for sure? Like I could have well been dreaming, but at the same time, it's still a bit fucked. But no, that's definitely one of the most famous Irish urban legends. I think when literally the first time I mentioned urban legends to you, like the first name that came to your mind was the Banshee. So like, you know,
literally, and like especially now, like you say, it's one of those ones I think everyone knows. Like it's very rare. I think you'd find someone in Ireland who doesn't know what the Banshee is or like what our story is and how it works and all that kind of crack. But yeah, bit of a fucked up one. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, the Banshee definitely freaks me out. I'm not gonna lie. It definitely freaks me out, and I definitely, if I ever heard like nowadays, if I heard that, I'd be running for a crucifix. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, you know,
you literally would though, because you have this like the stories have been told to you so much down the years that it's probably like as soon as you hear anything of the sort, it's probably like, oh fuck, fuck.
Question for you right now, lad.
Yeah.
Right. So let's say, right, totally hypothetical situation. Right, the Banshee is knocking at your door. Right, it's late at night. Everyone has, it's gone. Danny, not there. Big Danny, Josh, not there. It's you and this thing knocking at the door. 3 knocks. Bang. Yeah. She's outside. What do you do?
Honestly, I'd probably crawl underneath the bed and start crying. God, I don't know what you do in that situation. Like, you gotta go. Like, if you're home alone and someone knocks at the door, you gotta go check. Like, because I don't know if it's like, I don't know if when she knocks, I don't know if she's gonna be there when you, you know, go to check. But like, yeah, I'd be shitting myself because as you say, man, like, the stories would start circling in my head like, oh fuck, who's gonna die? Like, like, it probably wouldn't be the first conclusion I'd come to, but it would still be in there. Do you know what I mean? I'd still be thinking about that. It's a really fucked hypothetical scenario. Let's hope it never happens, lads.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Please God, it never happens. But I was just curious to see what you'd do. If it was me, what I would do if I was there and that Banshee's at my door. Let's say hypothetically I can see her.
Oh fuck.
Let's say I challenge her to a game of rock, paper, scissors.
Right.
If I win, nothing happens. If I lose, we play again.
best of 3.
Yeah. I know. I don't know. Like, honestly, like you say, it's one of those ones where it's like, what are you going to do realistically? Like, this, you can't do anything to this person or thing or whatever. Like, it's done. It's over.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Second one up. We have this one. Now, this one, we're probably getting into the territory now where you might not have heard of some of these next ones. All right. The next one is called the Jargdu. Jarg as in like Irish for red. Okay. So I'll read out this one. This one has a bit of backstory to it. Okay. It's, God, see, this is my problem. I ended up just fucking copying and pasting the whole thing. All right. Okay. I'll just say it, right? I'll just say what it is. So basically, there was this form of royalty that dwelled in like Waterford back in like, I don't know, like years and years and years, a long, long time ago, right? And his daughter obviously was the princess, and it was back in Ireland in a time where like arranged marriage was very much like to the fore, especially when it comes to like royalty and stuff like that. But she fell in love with a peasant fella, you know, not of the same social class or whatever. And the daddy didn't quite like that very much. So
no.
yeah, basically he arranged for her to marry this fella. Some obviously upper class fella. They ended up marrying against her will. And he was a bit of a violent Donny, the upper class fella. And he ended up locking her inside this like tower where she eventually I don't know whether it was suicide or whether it was she just starved to death because he wasn't treating her right at all. But she died at the top of this tower anyway. And there wasn't really much of a funeral for her. People didn't really give a shit. Bit of a sad story, but it takes a bit of a terrifying turn when she comes back in the form of this like vampire woman type thing. And she goes to the home of the man she married to find him in bed with like loads of other women and not showing any. Yeah, pretty much. And he's not showing. He's obviously not showing any sort of like, you know, remorse or like, you know, he doesn't care clearly. So what she does is the figure or the ghost of this one jumps on the bed and kills him, obviously. And you know, as the name comes from Jargdu, which is basically like a red bloodsucker, is basically the translation of the name. She starts drinking the blood from his neck and gets a bit of a lust for blood. So that's where that comes from. Yeah, so basically some say that the grave of this woman, this like princess or whatever, can be found at a place called the Tree of Strongbow, or Strongbow's Tree in Waterford. And she apparently still roams the earth today. So
lovely.
Yeah. Bit fuck that one, isn't it?
Lovely.
Got an interesting backstory though.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, honestly, that went from 0 to 100. From being honest, it started off as an arranged marriage, and then went that way. I'd actually be interested. I'm gonna look it up as well. I'm actually interested to see what it looks like, and like, what did you say it was called? The Strongbow, was it, or something like that?
Yeah, the Tree of Strongbow. It's in County Waterford. Let me see.
She's buried there.
Oh, hang on, let me see it. Send it on Snap.
There's no way. Surely not.
Oh God,
that can't be right, mate. Surely
that can't be right. I'll put it in the video as well, but surely not.
Oh, hang on. There's a few more. There's like a couple down below. It's like a castle spot. Yeah, that looks a bit more like it.
Yeah.
No, actually, no, it is.
It's the same.
Actually, is the. Yeah, it's the same spot.
Maybe they've made it into like an attraction or some shit.
Oh fuck! I was gonna say, like, I just thought no more than you. I thought it was just this random tree on a hill or something like that. That was like real spooky or something like that. And we were gonna, I was gonna say like, I'll tip up there one of the days and have a little investigation.
We're going for a festival now, apparently.
Yeah, apparently we'll just go up there for a bit of a rave.
What I would say is there's another point here that I didn't mention. She apparently uses this is apparently these days, she apparently uses her great beauty to lure unsuspecting young men into dark corners. Once there, she sinks her teeth deep into their necks and drinks greedily, is the way the website put it. So there you go. Apparently it's real, and she will fucking come for your neck.
I would like to rescind any comment about me going to the Tree of Strongbow. I won't be going there anytime soon. I've forgotten what your name was, but if you ever find this podcast, you're out in your dark alleys, I hope you have a lovely day. I will not be visiting anytime soon. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Imagine though what you do. Like realistically, if you're out in let's just say you're out like somewhere and you are a male and you've been lured into an alley. Surely at that point it's natural selection.
Yeah.
You have to be surely like, what? How bad does it have to get that you have to go and say, this girl leading me down a dark alleyway, this is perfectly normal. Yeah. I'm going to survive this.
Well, I think it's fair to say, mate, that you'd have to be extremely down bad in order to join her in that alley.
Yeah,
wouldn't be me. Wouldn't be me.
Never be caught lacking.
I've not reached that point yet.
No, God, thankfully not.
Thankfully not. But yeah, that's a bit fun. And to be fair, like, you know, although I don't want to sound disrespectful, but it's probably not real. It's probably just an urban legend. But at the same time, you wouldn't test it, would you? You wouldn't.
That's the thing, like, you know. And the worst part about it is, like, if you went there and, like, say now, because it is a bit of an attraction, like, it could be like, and again, I don't mean any disrespect by this. There could be loads of beautiful women there. You know,
one of them could be her.
Honestly to God, like, you'd be nervous. Like, I wouldn't even look at him. Like, it'd be one of those things. You'd be like walking and looking at your shoes. Like, you wouldn't even like.
No, you wouldn't risk it, would you? I don't think I'd even consider even looking at a female in that scenario. But no. I wonder if I'll have to look into that. I wonder if they have made it like a festival type thing. That's a bit fucked.
It would be cool if it was one of those things like where you could do like a tour, like, you know what I mean, like a late tour. Now again, obviously, like, you know, again, no disrespect, it's probably not real, but it's one of those ones I've never heard like of a vampire type thing in Ireland, like, you know, like I've only really like, again, the stereotype, like all over what the hell is it called? Pennsylvania, is it?
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. I was going to say Transylvania. I was like, oh, God, please, that could be.
Wait. Transylvania is the fucking vampires, yeah.
I'm after saying Pennsylvania. Vampires in Pennsylvania, yeah.
See, I didn't know what you were talking about, to be honest. I just went, yeah.
To be honest, mate, I didn't really know.
Jack has left the chat. Oh God! How does it feel getting absolutely like done in by one team? Like your two teams got done in by Liverpool this week.
Oh, that's outrageous. That's
both of them. Like you have two teams that both got done in the same week.
Hang on. All I'm going to say, Preston did better. Preston held their own.
They did, and that's really worse.
They actually did better than United. That's all I'm saying. I'm violated. I'm not gonna lie. That backfield though, that was disgusting.
That was a bit disgusting, to be fair.
He had no clue what he was at there.
Danny's just come in and absolutely rattled Grievach.
People are frustrated now. Because I didn't realize what he said when he said, "How does it feel to have both teams?" I was like,
"Oh yeah, Preston lost as well." Yeah, no. Danny's just going to be making lunch, lads, in the background. Let's just forget about that. We'll move on. But yeah, no, it's the fact that you said Pennsylvania there as well, mate. It's not been a good last 30 seconds for you there.
No, this has been a rogue 30 seconds for Lily White. It's gone horribly wrong. This has gone ropes.
It's one of those moments.
This is why the True Lily White channel is getting dusty.
It's like when one of us has a voice break on here. Usually me. We've managed to avoid it so far, but
it's become a bit of a regular occurrence now.
Yeah, it's like Grievach gets something wrong. Like Grievach gets his facts wrong or something, and Kelly has a voice break. It's like
it's standard quality now.
Yeah, it really is. Okay, let me see. How many are we in? That was 2. So this is 3.
You want 2 + 3 makes?
What does 2 + 3 make?
5.
Oh yeah. I didn't know what he's on about there for a second.
I will leave this Zoom call. I will leave this production. I have a bio clause in this. I will leave.
The bio clause is any more than 3 violations per episode.
Oh God! I knew this was coming as well. And I was kind of expecting like Danny to be there on call, join the Zoom halfway through, and just be.
Well, Danny was like, "Oh, Aaron, you should put up like Liverpool crests in the background." And I was like, no, Grievous has had enough this week. I don't think he wants to be, violated anymore.
Just compound.
This team got packed away this week.
Yeah, it is. It's a special week, but
like Minamino, like he's crap.
No, he's just not. He's Liverpool's Donny van de Beek. All right, that's all I'll say.
He kind of is actually. Yeah.
What's that?
He just said he's Liverpool's Donny van de Beek.
Minamino.
Yeah.
I know he's crap.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
No, Donny's not crap. No, I feel sorry for Donny.
Yeah.
He's just bullied.
He is. Jadon Sancho's the new Donny van de Beek, actually. I know what he said.
Oh, that man is getting so much abuse. So
yeah, he really is. Anyway, let's move on, shall we? Next up, we've got the Dullahan. Have you ever heard of the Dullahan, mate?
I have not heard of the Dullahan.
Basically, I think it's like the Banshee in the sense that if you come into contact with it, you die almost instantly. But yeah, basically. It's depicted as a male riding on a horse, but he's like holding his own head underneath his arm.
Oh, I remember. I've seen it before. I've seen it in pictures.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen. I never knew what it was like.
Yeah, the Dullahan is its name. The mouth is usually in a hideous grin that touches both sides of its head. Its eyes are constantly moving about and can see across the countryside even during the darkest nights. The flesh of I feel like a poet right now, mate. The flesh of the head is said to have the color and consistency of moldy cheese. Oh, mate. That's nasty.
I'm severely uncomfortable.
I feel just so very uncomfortable. The Dullahan is believed to use the spine of a human corpse for a whip, and its wagon is adorned with funeral objects. It has candles in skulls to light the way. The spokes of the wheels are made from thigh bones, and the wagon's covering is made from a worm-chewed pall, P-A-L-L, don't know what that is, or dried human skin. The ancient Irish believed that where the Dullahan stops riding, a person is due to die. The Dullahan calls out the person's name, drawing away the soul of the victim, at which point the person immediately drops dead. Yikes.
Right.
Yikes.
Right.
Very clear description there. And yeah, I think it sounds very similar to the Banshee, doesn't it?
Yeah, except I suppose with this one, it just kills you instantly, isn't it?
Yeah, it calls out your name. So like it's right. You can pick. I can literally picture it riding across the bog. And
you know what, mate? You know what I'll say is, I assume it calls out your full name, does it?
Yeah.
If it calls out my name correctly, I'll accept it. I'll accept it. You know what? This Irish thing has never seen my name. He's never seen the likes of his name before.
No.
And if he gets that spot on, like that's probably my best chance, is that my surname is what it is.
Yeah.
Like he just fumbles it, and I'm like, not me, mate.
You could just imagine it. You can literally imagine it turning up outside the Grievous household and going, Jack
Jack Wax.
You're like, sorry, mate.
Just slowly close the door, like
not me, mate. To be fair, I think you'd have a good chance of surviving there. To be honest, I think.
There you go. I mean, 1 out of 3 chances of surviving the things we've talked about so far. Come on.
Yeah, there we go. But yeah, I don't know. Very, very similar to the Banshee in that it symbolizes death and all that kind of stuff. It's a scary sight. If you look up the pictures on Wikipedia, it's the artwork done for it is a little bit fucked as well. But
Jesus. Again,
an urban legend for a reason. Like, and remember when I said like the Banshee, and I kind of like, oh, maybe there was a moment when I had an altercation with it. No, nothing of the sorts this time around, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like at that point, like if you saw this thing, like realistically, to be fair, I suppose if anyone had seen it, they're not around anymore to say it. So
true.
That's the point about it. But yeah, no, it's definitely one of those ones where like it's so. I feel there's so much detail in it, like, and like there's so much about it that like you can't really
picture it. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like you say, like a child's imagination and all that. Like you have to have some imagination to get that spot on. Like, you know. Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna lie. I thought I seen him in a Scooby-Doo episode. You
probably did actually.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I honestly, that for some reason it comes to mind when I think of that thing. But yeah, no, other than that, I've never experienced that, thankfully, and hopefully never will.
Yeah, I'd be nearly certain that the Dullahan is in the Scooby-Doo intro music. It's an intro
You know what I
theme.
mean? Like, I honestly got right. Hang on, Mythbusters. We're gonna find out.
Maybe this is a
That'll be
Mandela
fun.
effect. Who knows?
If this is a Mandela, oh god, what's he called again?
The Dullahan. So Dull.
Oh yeah, I got him. Oh, he actually was in Scooby Doo.
No way.
Yeah, Scooby Doo monster, the Dullahan.
Oh, hang on. Dullahan. I'm gonna have to put this in.
Oh wait, hang on. It's no, never mind. It's only an art. Actually, I don't think it has been in Scooby Doo.
To be honest, I feel like I've seen something similar in that show as well. To be fair, like
They're definitely obviously maybe they never called it Dullahan, but definitely something
on a horse
rings a bell.
holding its own headlights.
Yeah. Definitely.
Has to be.
Definitely. I'm so certain about that. I've seen that in Scooby. So bad. Like we're talking about urban legends. We're like, I've seen that in Scooby Doo.
I've seen it in Scooby-Doo, mate.
I've seen that in Scooby Doo. These boys have copyrighted this. I've seen this in Scooby Doo.
But that was the Dullahan. Scary old fellow. Probably did feature in Scooby-Doo at some stage.
Let us know if you have seen the Dullahan in Scooby-Doo. Comment down below if you have.
Please do it, and if you can attach a screenshot at all, that'd be great. Okay, next up, this is a short one, and it just caught my eye because it was like an interesting concept. So let me know what you think of it. It's called the Fetch. Are you aware of the Fetch, mate?
No.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Neither was I. The Fetch is described as an exact spectral double of a living human whose appearance is regarded as ominous. So basically, a doppelganger is what we're looking at here.
Jesus, okay.
But it's like a badly run down version of yourself. I think is what we're looking at here. The sighting of the Fetch is generally taken as, again, it's a similar concept, it's taken as a portent of an exemplar's looming death, though John and Michael Bainham report that if the double appears in the morning rather than the evening, it is instead a sign of long life in store. So I guess you'd prefer if it turns up in the morning, lads, rather than the evening. But I found that one interesting, to be honest, because I like the whole doppelganger idea.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that, and that obviously, that like that shape-shifting kind of vibe from it and all this kind of crack. But here is a potential loophole. Ooh. So some people, yourself, mate, maybe you don't. I personally don't either, but some people, obviously you have to see this thing at night, I assume, to be, know you're dying.
To be in trouble, yeah.
Yeah. Just wear an eye mask. Tell you what, 100 IQ, wear an eye mask.
Big brain.
Here's how you. Never mind. Forget about the crucifixes. Forget about your local priest. Just get yourself an eye mask for sleep at night. The next, what are we in? What's the date today? Getting close to Halloween. Wear an eye mask, and you are pretty much covered on 90% of spooky things that can happen to you. That's just my personal opinion on it.
Yeah.
I'm not a hero. I don't claim to be, this person that saves lives, but sometimes you do things and they just help. But that's all I am.
Yeah, this man doesn't get paid for this stuff, lads. He just does it because
this is just. I could write a book.
We have literally had every single form of interruption today, lads. I think it's fair to say this is why we need our own podcast studio, mate. I think it needs to be done. We need to invest.
we get it sorted. We get it sorted soon.
What are we saying? Yeah. Grivach gives out this kind of advice for free, lads. Do you know what I mean? Like it's, you love to see it. I think it's fair to say, mate, you are the living embodiment of a superhero just by spitting facts.
No, facts. That's all it is. Like, you know what? Let's just leave it. Let's just end the podcast here. Let's end the podcast here on that note. Just forget about everything else.
See you, lads.
Lovely boys.
fucking Grivach's fucking face cam just turned off for those of you who can't see it. Yeah, no, it's still a bit of a fuck concept, but I think as Grivach has nicely pointed out, it is avoidable. I think it's fair to say. We should get you on with Matt Pat, mate, on like film theory or one of them, because I think you'll be able to produce all sorts of solutions for all your supernatural problems. I think you should. That's what you should base your channel around now. To be honest, I think.
There you go. It's like what's it called? Like those top 10 tier lists of like how to defeat ghosts.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 1, an eye mask.
Coming in at number 2, do not go to festivals, and if you do not look at the females there. Oh my god.
Stay away from the women.
Yeah, just avoid at all costs. Right, let me see. I've got one more.
Oh my god, what's going on?
What's happening?
Oh, I've lost Kelly again.
Have you lost me? Am I gone?
Oh no. Oh no.
Can you hear me?
No. Like, this is not absolute shit.
Oh, it's been a shit show.
This is not my internet. Is my mobile data. That's just gone as well now. So I've had to try. I've had to text Dad and be like, "It's the internet sorted." Thankfully, the internet has now been sorted. I don't know what the hell happened with it, but we're back.
Yeah, what happened that time is I don't think I ever left the meeting. I think the problem was your end this time.
Yeah, I was there because you froze on my end, and I was like, "Oh, what's going on now? This surely it's not gone worse." And then I looked down the bottom corner, and I have no internet. And I'm like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" So
fucking classic.
Yeah.
Lads, we apologize for the choppiness of this episode, but we just had severe technical issues today on both ends of the spectrum. It's not been great for anyone involved, really.
Oh, God.
We're here trying to get spooked by urban legends, but the really the horrific thing about this episode is the internet and just technology in general. But it's not gone very well. But luckily, mate, we are down to our last urban legend of the day. And that is... Go on.
You know what I thought was so mad is that I literally just jokingly we said, "Oh, we'll leave the episode there. Thanks for watching and all this crap." And then the internet decides to say, "No, fuck it, you're not taking the piss anymore, boys. We've had enough." Yeah. Bang.
It's either you do it or you don't. It's one of
exactly. Stop taking the piss now, lads. Cop on.
Oh, fucking quality. Well, maybe that's a paranormal activity of its own.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Could be.
Ghost of the internet past.
There you go.
Right. So this last one is what's known as the slough or the slua. One or the other. I don't know.
I think I have heard of this one now.
Have you heard of the slough?
I think I might have heard of this one. I'll let you explain it. But I think I have. It definitely rings a bell.
Okay, so the slua or slough, I don't know how to pronounce it, to be honest, meaning host in Irish, is a name that once brought terror to those that lie on their deathbeds. They were believed to be sinners that came back as spirits to hunt the souls of the dying in order to add them to their ranks. These sinners were so wicked that even hell had closed its gates to them. Okay, now.
There you go.
The very earth had rejected their presence, and they were cursed to roam the skies in misery for all eternity. These spirits were commonly depicted as crows that fly in large flocks from the west. As they drifted in the westerly wind, they watched and waited for any dying soul, and if they found that a window or door was left even slightly open, they would enter and wait until dark. If someone was nearby, they would hear whispers from the shadows as the slough sucked the soul from the dying body. Once the soul was stolen, a terrified scream would ring throughout the night and slowly fade into the distance as it flew away with the slough, as they too were now cursed to roam the skies for eternity. Be it an innocent soul or a black as coal one, the slough took no heed. Living, let me see now, we'll skip down to something about living souls as well. They can take living souls as well. In fact, those are the soul that they savor the most. Though prying a living soul from a healthy body is not as easy. However, these fiends can easily be evaded by simply locking the doors and windows, which I would have thought was, natural procedure anyway, and windows after dark, or by avoiding secluded places, living or dying. All souls are ripe for the taking. No mercy can come to the slough. No escape to the afterlife, stealing souls for all of eternity as they darken the west horizon for all of eternity. So the Slough sound very nice, don't they?
Oh, they sound great. They sound like a lovely bunch.
So you said you'd heard of them kind of vaguely previously. Was it the same thing?
God, no. Dear God, no, it wasn't that.
Oh, God.
What the fuck kind of shit is that?
Oh, man. What did you hear?
Fucking crows stealing souls. What the fuck, like?
Oh, man. It's so fucked. So fucked.
I'm never trusting a crow ever again. Like, honest to God, like, I'm going to be watching over my back now, seeing when the crows there.
Yeah.
What the fuck, like?
To be fair, I think this one is the most fucked of all of them that I've said so far. Like that, this one was like, oh my God, that's actually kind of fucked. You know, coming in now, general procedure, lock your windows and doors because you know murderers and thieves and stuff exist. But you know, what was you said you'd heard of? So you thought you'd heard of it. What was? Do you remember vaguely what you'd heard of previously?
I feel quite stupid now thinking because what I thought it was some black hooded geezer with a meat hook or something like.
Oh, like Grim Reaper.
Kinda, but like just like more real. Well, Grim Reaper obviously real, or like whatever you want to believe in that side of it. Well, death is real, but like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking of. Yeah, but that definitely was not what I was thinking of. I'll be honest.
So, like, essentially, they come in, steal people's souls, and rob them of the afterlife. Was one of the main things that kind of stuck out to me. You know, depending on whatever religion you believe in or whatever, it's still fucked. Whether you believe in an afterlife or not, it's still rather fucked. And that was the one that stuck out to me as being like the creepiest of the lot. And like we heard of Banshee, we heard of Jargdu, the fucking vampire one, but like for me, this one seems like the most sinister. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. No, I think for like you said, to have it like because crows are such a prominent figure, like of like I think horror. Like I feel like any good horror, like most horror films, or like any kind of they'll have crows and all that kind of crack in it. They're like this kind of sinister, ominous figure, I suppose. But now to know that there is actually an urban legend that states that these fuckers can steal souls and like disguise themselves as crows or whatever and watch and wait, like that's quite concerning, I will say.
Yeah.
I actually know a few people who sleep with not fully open, but they will sleep with a window cracks.
Yeah.
To let cold air, especially in summer. I will be reminding them not to do that. And yes, I personally won't be doing that. And I will be finding the nearest armory and protecting myself against birds.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got to that point, hasn't it? It's got to that point. It's really bad. But yeah, I would strongly recommend do not sleep. To be fair, man, I'm one of those people. I sleep with the window open during the summer, like obviously during the summer. But like when it gets really fucking hot, you nearly have to. But after reading this, never again. I don't think I never ever again. We have got just about enough time, ladies and gentlemen, for a bonus urban legend. I put this one in at the end, mate, because I thought it was so funny. Like we talked about a few dark ones so far, but this one's quite funny. And I was like, you'll enjoy this one, right? Hang on, let me just restart my camera so we get all of this juicy details, right?
Dear God, what is this going to be?
No, this is so funny, man. I read this and I was in fucking stitches, right? Have you ever heard of the baby train?
No.
Would you like to hear about the baby train?
I don't know if I do, but I feel like at this point in the episode, we might as well just talk about the baby train because it's all got. Fuck it. Let's hear about the baby train.
Okay, the baby train, or simply baby train, is an urban legend told in the United States, United Kingdom, and Australia. The legend first appeared in Christopher Morley's 1939 novel Kittyfoyle. According to the legend, a certain small town had an unusually high birth rate. Right? This was allegedly caused by a freight train passing through the town at all hours of the morning, blowing its whistle, waking up all the residents. Since it was too late to go back to sleep, and too early to get up.
No fucking way.
Couples
You
would
are not about to say what I think you're about to say. There's no way.
couples would, do the thing. And this resulted in a mini baby boom.
What the fucking shit? What? Imagine, like, if you lived on, like, near a train track and you just hear a train going by and you're like, nah, fuck yeah, it's time to shag.
Time to shag. To be honest, like,
imagine if you live on a busy train line. You are going every, like, every couple of hours, like, yeah, fuck yeah, that's a 2:30. Yeah, I'm gonna get done now, yeah.
Yeah, but you ever put into little slots, the 2:30 slot, the 4 a.m. slot.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is
So
just that's a ridiculous one.
I think that might be the most stupid thing I've ever like. And the fact that it wasn't even the train going through; it's the fact the train blew its whistle.
Yeah,
you said as well. It kept blowing its. It's like almost a siren for like shagging. Like,
you can just imagine every like light in the whole town just going on in the houses at once.
Yeah.
Just, well, we know what's happening there now at this time.
It sounds like, you know, when firefighters hear the alarm in the middle of the night and they just have to go. These boys slide down the pole into the bed like it's just all off. Like, let's go.
It feels like mission complete. Fucking hell. Oh man, like I read that and I was like, that is so ridiculous. But I can't not tell that one on the podcast. Like, that is hilarious.
Surely after, when there was like a big increase, let's say not enough that they were like, this, what's going on here? Like, surely when there was an increase, they're like, okay, probably now this is down to us. Like, it's not really like, oh dear, the stork has come along and dropped too many. Like, it is down to us at this point. We are clearly doing this.
You can just imagine like the people of the fucking town just being like, oh fuck, what can you do? Urban legend, it's time to go again. Fuck, we can't do anything about it. It's science. Screwed. It's science. Like, what can you do?
It's mathematically proven. It just is.
Oh man, I'd love to know. Like, there was no name of a particular town, but it did say, you know, it was a story that was told in America, Australia, and the UK. So it could be anywhere really, but
that's a big variety.
Yeah, very, very funny. But that's all the urban legends we have for today, lads. Grivash, what was the one that creeps you out the most?
It's gotta be the Crow, boys. It's gotta be. Like, I've heard of the Banshee. I hadn't heard of that vampire one, but honestly, like I said, the Banshee is one of those ones where, like, you know, it's a freaky one and there's not really a whole lot you can do about it. The vampire one, you literally just need to control your penis and you will be fine.
Yeah.
Right?
Like the baby train, actually.
Just like the baby train. There you go. Control your urges and you will be fine.
Yeah.
The next one, you need an eye mask. And maybe if you really want to push the boat out, like a little noise cancelling headphones, you're grand. You're fine. He's not getting near you, mate.
Yeah.
These boys are crows. And I don't want to say I'm going to hurt a crow, because obviously it could be an innocent crow.
Yeah.
But it is the fact that they suck the souls out of the living and you are eternally damned after that. It's just, I think it's everyone's worst nightmare. Surely to God. Like, if you're being honest, like the term soul sucked out of your body, even that is enough to be like, have me like, I'm good. I don't want to know any more than that. I will do what I got to do to keep the boys on good terms, and I will continue living my life.
Yeah, fair. I think I agree. Like, the slough was definitely the one that got me the most, because like there's massive consequences. That's like an eternity of wandering the fucking earth with this crow like figure for the rest of days. Like, it's not a vibe. Like, I'm not into that. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to do that. But that was it. Lads, if you would like to see us do another one, obviously we did this one because it's Halloween and it's nice to sit down and chat, even though the internet might have fucked us a couple of times. It is nice to sit down and get spooked every now and then. But if you'd like to see us do another one, let us know. If we get 10 likes. 10 likes is doable.
10 likes is doable.
Yeah, definitely doable. Definitely doable. 10 likes and we'll do a sequel, just as we did to the conspiracy theories episode. Mate, anything else to add to that before we wrap things?
Not really, mate. The only thing I'd like to say is that obviously we've talked about a lot of scariest things, but the scariest thing about life in general is the fact that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is still manager of Manchester United, and ultimately that we are doomed to rot in Ole's nightmare. That's all I'd like to say. I would also like to take this time to tell Danny to go fuck himself, and thank you to yourself, obviously, for being such a gracious host, and not putting the Liverpool banner up, because I know you would not stoop to such a low level.
That's a low blow.
And all I'll say is I'll do my talking in the gyms of Sino. That's all I have to say. And other than that, I would like to say thank you. And that's all I have to say.
Very nice. Well, to be honest, I'd argue the scariest thing to happen to Manchester United this week was not Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or the fact that the team haven't been playing too well, but it would have to be the Paul Scholes sucking his daughter's toes.
Oh, no, I knew. Oh, no.
That was scary shit, bro.
Outrageous. That is, I don't care what anyone said. Whatever. I don't care. This is the end of the podcast, boys. Anyone who, I like Paul Scholes. He's one of my, I hate him now. I can't look at him. He's sick in the head. There is no one that should be at that crack. That is outrageous. That is a man. He needs help, and he needs serious help. I'm sorry, Paul. I love you, mate. But why have you done that? And why have you let it be put up on social media?
There's more as well. Actually, the daughter put up some photos on Instagram, and he leaves kind of weird comments and stuff.
I saw that as well. Oh dear God.
Fuck me, man. Fuck me. Never mention Paul Scholes in the same breath as Gerrard or Lampard ever again. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's finished. Yeah, I agree.
Until the day that them two do anything just as outrageous or more outrageous, don't mention them in the same breath again. Lads, if you enjoyed the podcast, don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the two of us. Links in the description. Also check us out on social media and subscribe to this channel as well. And we will see you next time. Hopefully not in 2 months' time. But yeah. Good luck, lads. All the best.